Today on In the Woodyard, it's another delivery day. People just want to give me money, so I'm going to take it. We're going to load up some oak right now. It's going to go into the baby dumper. 2 face cords, 2 ricks, 2 ranks, 2 rows, 2/3 of a cord. We're going to fill her up, then we're going to go do a dump. So before I start chucking this wood in, I'm going to talk a little bit about this delivery that I'm going to be doing. This is going to a long time customer. I think I've been delivering to this guy for 10 years at least. And he told me once, this was probably 6-7 years ago, that he will always buy wood for me as long as I got wood for sale. He says, number one, he said, I used to cut wood. And he said, I know how much work this is. And he has some health issues now and he can't cut wood anymore. And he loves having a fire. And he buys about 2 full cords a year. He usually gets 2 face cords at a time, sometimes a full cord. He had some left over from last year, so he said, well, let's just start out with the 2 face cords for now. And he told me that I could double my price and he would still buy wood for me. Kind of joking, but kind of not really. And this is one of those relationship type things that I've developed over the years with him, that he's not even home. He's been gone for 2 weeks, and he called his wife and said, Chris is bringing me wood, but she works all day long every day, and I've got another delivery at the end of the day. And so she said, I will text you my garage code and I will leave the side door open just in case it doesn't work. And then she sent me a picture. Inside the garage, there's a little container that she said the money is underneath the container in the garage. She said just dump the wood in the garage and just close the door and just lock the service door when you're done. When you build up a good relationship with your customers like that you can just leave wood and they'll leave money for you, that is awesome. But it doesn't just happen overnight. You have to build up trust and they have to know that you're the right person. The same guy one year, he was asking me about maple syrup. And I just happened to have had some stuff I've got from a friend of mine that I bought a case from him. He's from northern Wisconsin. And I said, well, I got some stuff here you can try. So I took him a bottle. Well, while I was there, he goes into the house, he comes out. He's got these jars of tomato sauce that his son has a company that he started. And he had a box full of stuff. Tomato sauce, pizza sauce, stuff for making like tomato paste he had all kinds of stuff in the box for me that his son was doing a production, and they sell this stuff in restaurants down in southern Wisconsin. And so he gave me a box, and I gave him one thing of syrup, one little container, and he gave me this whole big box of stuff. And I said, well, what do I do for? He says, I'm just giving this to you. He says, I want you to keep bringing me wood. So that is what your goal is build a relationship up with people that you get more from them than you expect as far as payment, whether it's money or goodies. I mean, that's a cool thing. Now I'm going to chuck some wood. There it is. The wood is in the trailer. Now, while I was doing this, I'm thinking of answering the same question that comes up all the time for new people to the channel or people that do firewood that think you have to do it a certain way. There's lots of ways to do firewood. There's lots of ways to know how much wood you have. This happens to be 2/3 of a cord for those of you that are on the East Coast. It's 2 ricks if you're from down south, or 2 ranks. I've heard that. 2 rows. I've heard that. But here in the Midwest, in a lot of the United States and most of Canada, we go by face cords. I know some of you ears bleed when I say that, but this is 2 face cords, which is the same as 2/3 of a cord. 16-inch pieces that are stacked 4 feet high, 8 feet long. Now right away, I know some of you are saying, well, but you didn't stack it. You just got it from a pile and threw it in a pile. Yes, I did. You know why I can do that without having to stack? Because I have tossed in thousands of cords of wood into trucks and trailers. And what I found after stacking all my wood for years, decades, half a century basically, is that if you take a full cord of wood, stack it. So you got your 128 cubic feet, 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, 3 rows of 16-inch pieces, 8 feet long, 120 cubic feet. I know how much a full cord is. And if you throw that into a trailer, the big trailer, like this one over here, my bigger trailer, you can see right there. If I throw it in there, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's always the same amount. If I take a full cord, throw it in there. Take a full cord and throw it in there. As far as what fits in the trailer at a certain level. And on that particular trailer, if I go to the middle board, have it so the wood is level all the way across, thrown in loose, it's always the same amount, a full cord. So I got to thinking, you know, if I know that's how much fits in there loose, why am I stacking wood? So I quit stacking, because all the big firewood producers, the guys that are producing semi-loads daily and shipping them to cities to sell. I know of a couple guys, one guy does a semi-load every day. And I know another guy who does more than a semi-load every day. And they ship it down to Chicago and sell it. And they never touch the wood. They never stack it. They don't fondle it. They don't put oil on it and rub it on their bodies. They just put it in the big container of their semi-trailer, and they know how much wood they have, because it's the same amount every time. And if you're not sure, what you need to do, take a stacked cord of wood, throw it into your trailer, see where the level is, and then restack it for the customer, if that's what, you know, really gets you excited, wasting time and energy and all that. And if then the next time you throw it in loose like I do, put in the right amount, what you think is enough, and then throw a few more extra pieces in, a couple armfuls. You're going to save hours of time not stacking. Hours. And time is all you've got, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. So there's that. So the next time that happens for you, if you want to truly find out if you know your quantities, take a full cord, put it into your trailer, loose. It generally takes up 30% more space. So instead of 128 cubic feet, you're at about 180, somewhere in there, give or take. And if you're not sure, throw some extra in. The people will be happy. You will save time. It works. And then when you get to the customer, after throwing it in from a loose pile, loose into your trailer, stack it for the people. And then you'll see, oh, I had the right amount of wood plus a little extra. And you don't have to stack anymore. This is not rocket surgery, as I like to say. There's not too many firewood people that are rocket scientists or brain surgeons. I know I certainly am not one. And a lot of you think that you have to stack your wood. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. Unless people are paying you to stack. And then go ahead and stack it. And that's how I do it. For me to stack a full cord, if I can back up my trailer right to where I'm going to stack it, I charge $60. It takes me about 40 minutes. And that's what I do. We got a visitor here. One of the cats jumped up here to see me. So, when it comes to stacking, you don't have to do it. And a lot of guys say, well, it's the only way it'll dry properly. That is not true also. I did a video yesterday on delivering wood, and this bin right here is 4 pallets by 6. So this is 4 pallets wide, 6 feet long, and I stacked the wood super high as we could get it. The wood is totally dry down inside. There's no mold, there's no wetness, rain doesn't affect it. Rain sheds off and the rain dries up just like it does off of a sidewalk. And my biggest bin, if I remember right, it was 11 or 12 pallets one way and I think 14 or 15 pallets the other way. And there's 5 semi-loads of maple in there. And the maple that I put in there was cut from green wood and it was thrown in right away. And I'm already down into the center of it and it is dry, bone dry, because it's on pallets off the ground. We got wind hitting it all the time, so it works out good. So just think about it. If you think you've got to stack wood, just think about it. You really don't have to, because once you get established how much wood you have in a pile by stacking, and then you put it into your truck or your trailer, say you do a third of a cord. A third of a cord happens to fit perfectly in my 6.5 foot bed Tundra. Now, one guy asked, well, how do I know? Because I've taken a face cord of wood, a third of a cord, for those of you on the East Coast, put it into my truck loose, and I know exactly how much it is. It's level. I have stacked it in there hundreds of times. And if you stack it, it's 3 rows across and a half a row across. So 3.5 rows, side to side, stacked level. But I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can just throw it in loose, and if I'm going a long distance, I don't take the trailer, I take the truck, it's a little easier. I can just back up, shove it off, and I'm done in 5 minutes. In my little dump trailer here, if I fill this half full, it's a face cord, third of a cord, ricka roll. If I go super full like this, so it's heaping, 2 face cords, 2/3 of a cord, 2 ricks, 2 ranks, 2 rolls. Are you hungry that you want to come visit me? So there you go. I know there's going to be haters. I know there's going to be people that have such closed minds that they won't open their mind to anything new or any other possibilities. And I was like that for a while. I thought, you got to stack wood to know how much you have. You don't. Do it once, get your established amount in your trailer, put a line inside of it for when you're delivering. You know, you put that much in, and then throw a little extra in. That's all you got to do. We're going to make a dump. Alright, so I just backed into the garage. They're not home, and he's got his racks out here. And I know one time I was here, he had me stack the wood and he paid me. And he didn't say, he said just dump it in the garage this time, but I'm going to stack it for him. They had the money left for me under a container over here, so I got that. And he gave me an extra 20 bucks. And I know this guy's got some health issues to where it's hard for him to do physical labor, let alone just kind of walk around. So I backed the trailer right up here. I'm going to take off the tarp. I'm going to tip the trailer up, and so I'll fill the back rack, and then I'll fill the front rack. And I guess then the other one, I think I'm going to just stack right in here, because this should fill this whole area right here, this 2 face cords. So I'm going to stack it for him. So it's time for me to get busy. Okay, so there it is. I stacked it, and then I took the stuff from the back that I had too high, and I leveled it off. So I got my tape measure here just to prove to you guys that you can throw wood in loose into a trailer. This is off the ground right here. So we're going to go right there. Right here is 4 feet exactly, right there. And then this is going to be extra by, what we got here? It's going to be extra by 5 inches. Plus, this little bit right here is extra. So what we have here is what? 3 extra armfuls? I'm happy, they're happy. It's all that matters. Now, I did the big rant about not stacking, but this is for the end user, and it's for a guy that he needs help. I know that he'll appreciate this. I know he refers me to people. He's been buying wood for 10 years. This is a good thing to do for a good guy. So there it is, I got it stacked. We're 8 feet long. 4 feet high right to here. And then of course, if you look down on the bottom here, you can see there's a space right there. So I actually measured from here, from the space up to here, and there's 4 feet exactly right there. And then, so this space that's down here is extra wood down here. So that's probably 2 armfuls, plus what you see right here. So probably another 2 armfuls. So 4 extra armfuls. That's probably cubic foot wise, 5 extra cubic feet. So instead of 128, it's probably getting 132, 133. I don't care. They're happy. I'm happy. We're going back to the wood yard. I'm back from that delivery, and I just backed up to the cherry bin here. We're going to throw in 1 face cord, 1 rank row, third of a cord, face cord. That's what I call it. Of cherry in the truck. And to do this, I'm just going to make it level, full, loose. And I had a guy ask me the other day how his truck would hold wood. And I don't know, because I don't know what he's got for a truck. Every truck's different. If you got a really old Toyota Tundra, I do know their beds are substantially lower. My brother Ken has a Toyota Tundra that he uses for his firewood deliveries. And it's an older model. He's got the 8-foot bed. And if he puts as much wood as he can get into the bed of it, and it's an 8-foot box, it's a face cord or third of a cord. I, on the other hand, have a much higher truck as far as the sides, and if I put it pretty much level, a little bit of a crest to it, it's a third of a cord or face cord, so I don't really have to measure at all, so it works out really good. So know what you've got, and put it into your truck or trailer, whatever, and then figure it out. It's not that hard. We're going to chuck some wood right now. There it is, third of a cord, face cord, a Ricka roll in the truck, a truck bed, full. So now, those of you that watch the channel all the time, I want you to put in the comments, what is the most asked question that I get on the channel? It has something to do when I load the truck with wood. What is the question that I get asked all the time? And for those of you that know the answer, put it in the comments, that'd be awesome. I'm going to deliver some wood. Look at that, the sun is disappearing earlier and earlier every day. I just got done with that last delivery and I'm on my way home right now. And today I got a delivery and it's in that box right there. There's a box. It's something for firewood. I'm going to be taking it to my brother Eric's next week and we're going to open it up. It's something brand new. A brand new product that I doubt hardly any of you have seen. Something from a company that's in Wisconsin. Yes. It has to do with firewood. It's right there. We're going to be opening it up and we're going to be doing some stuff with it. Firewood stuff. That's going to happen next week. But tomorrow morning I'll be back 5:30 a.m. Right now you're going to go watch some more videos. There's 1,600 waiting for you on my channel. You probably should just go watch them all. Maybe just watch them steady between now and the time we open that box. That'd be a good use of your time, I think. Good night, Irene.